And we're going to start with hair removal, the most boring of them all. Like, this is like the least fun thing to talk to you about is laser hair removal. But here's the thing with hair. This market is huge. Like, I don't need to sell you on that. You know how many people are doing hair removal type services. Here's why I think hair is important. Now, this is not a standard of care. I will do a really good job of describing, hey, this is standard, this is just me. This is just me talking, so when it's just me, feel free to disagree with me. It won't hurt my feelings, I promise. And actually, this is how I learn, is when we have open dialogue and communication. You teach me stuff all the time. But in my personal opinion, hair is not something that you're just going to get rich on. Now, you in this room, there might be some of you that has a huge, robust, booming hair practice, but what I've found in my world is it's okay, but I have to do a ton of volumes. Here's why I think hair is vitally important, though. Retention. You have to have it. You have to have it. Because if you don't, the person down the street does, and guess what else they have? All the other stuff that actually makes you really good money. So when I started the hair game, I did it kind of begrudgingly. I didn't want to. We have someone, actually my tattoo artist. I'm covered in tattoos, believe it or not. And my tattoo artist, his lovely wife is an esthetician. She's the patient of ours, and I go to him to get my tattoos. But the one thing that just kind of irks me a little bit about them is she bought a a tattoo removal laser. Hey, that's perfect. I don't want to do that. That fits in your world just fine. It makes a lot of sense that you can remove tattoos and then redo the tattoos. But guess what else that thing does? Hair removal, $99 a month, unlimited. I can't compete with that. Right? It drives me kind of crazy. $99 a month membership? Like, stop doing that. So the point is, there's a lot of people doing hair. Everyone's doing some form of waxing, if not laser hair removal, and you're going to lose patience to those people if you don't have it to offer. So at first, it's a retention tool. Now, over time, when you build volumes, it can definitely be an income generator. So this is why I like my laser hair on a device that does a bunch of other things rather than a standalone. I don't like one-trick ponies. Because a one-trick pony, you have to have a lot of volumes to make it pay for stuff. So this is why I love that InMode has positioned the laser hair on a platform that does a bunch of other things, like Morpheus, like color correction, like skin laxity, like texture. Oh yeah, and I get laser hair. So this platform can generate other revenue streams, and I don't have to be solely reliant on laser hair. So that's a business principle. As you're looking at devices, don't buy one-trick ponies. You'll spend 100, 150, 200 grand for something that only does one thing. And it's a low income producing thing, $350 a pop or whatever. That takes a lot to make those payments. So I love how it's positioned for us on the Optimus. So there's 3 opportunities for hair on this new Optimus. It's your standard diode laser. That is kind of like, think of my Diolaze as the meat and potatoes, kind of like the bread and butter hair removal. This is for most skin types. But there's other opportunities that are better for darker skin and very fair skin. So this is like my 2s through 4s. Yeah, just kind of that middle of the spectrum, folks. And this is what we use our Diolaze for. So it's our gold standard wavelength for that skin color. And I'm not going to say you can't use a diode on darker skins, but we have a better opportunity on the same device. So you can tune this, you can back it down, but it's very good at searching for melanin. It's called a chromophore. That's what our laser is searching for, is melanin in our hair shaft. And that laser is attracted to that melanin in the hair shaft, and that's what the target is. So if you're dark like me, I've got a lot of melanin everywhere, so I can burn myself up if I'm not careful. So you got to be careful with the diode on 5, 6s. So we got gold standard wavelength, gold standard fluence. And, you know, there's nothing too crazy or special about this. We were, I will say, one of the first to have a chilled tip. Now everyone has them, but the importance of our tip is we've got pre, parallel, and post-cooling. Now I'm not going to ask you to raise your hands on this one, but if any of you have had any laser hair in any intimate areas, you know it can be a little spicy, right? So a chilled tip allows for some more comfort. And if you need some form of a descriptor on why this is important, this next video will really drive home the importance of being comfortable through your laser hair treatments, especially in intimate areas.
I started getting laser hair removal, essentially all over my entire body. Okay, and so when they do your front downstairs, they're gonna do your back downstairs. Okay, and when they do your back downstairs, they make you spread them. I don't like doing that. Like essentially, like I've been there at this point probably like 12 or 13 times. That means 12 to 13 more women have seen my butthole than men have. It's just I just throw it out on the table for you. So because I don't like to spread them, I will just let the lady kind of just like go in there blind. And so this one of these last times, she went in there blind, didn't know where she was shooting, shot it right into my butthole. Right into my butthole. When I tell you the scream in which I scrimped, I've never scrimped before. I swear to God, the laser shot right out of my mouth. Shot right out of my mouth. Started lasering things down. I was going, ah! I was lasering all over the place. The glasses were breaking. Light bulbs were shattering. I looked like a lighthouse. Like William Dafoe. So, if you go get your butthole lasered, make sure that you spread them. They don't care.
You guys had no idea what you were walking into this week, did you? Look at all the things we're learning together as one big happy family. The importance of having 3P chilled tip cooling, yeah? So some relevant data for you guys to set up expectations for you, which ultimately means you can set expectations for your consumers. 3 treatments. Remember the age-old, like you have to do 6, you have to do 8, tons of maintenance, whatever you're telling your patients. The efficacy of using the diode at the fluence that it's at, it equals a ton of efficiency. So look at this. We have 70, almost call it 73% clearance after 3 treatments. I mean, that's impressive, 73% clearance. And then when you follow up at a year with just the 3 treatments, it retains 70% clearance. So the way we got to that is we took a square area. I think it was 1 square or 2 square centimeters. We counted the hair follicles, did the treatment, and then recounted at like 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months. And then before and afters for laser hair is really boring, so I'm going to flip through these in the interest of time because it's like, hey, there's a hairy arm, there's a bald arm, cool, it works. Okay, so this is before and afters. This is how we did the foundational study to kind of understand percent reduction